Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Tom Morgan Drum Studio. Today we're back in the Rudimental book, A Sequential Approach to Rudimental Snare Drum. And in our last video in the Rudimental playlist, we covered the flam paradiddle and the 7-stroke roll. And we did the solo that went with that, solo 6. So now we are moving on to the 2 supplemental solos that go with that to give you a little bit more material to work with to develop the rudiments, the paradiddle and the flam paradiddle and the 7-stroke roll. And these 2 rudiments, or these 2 solos, use those 2 rudiments along with the rudiments that we've already covered. We don't stop using those, we keep those going and we just keep adding to them. So the first one is called Jumpin' John, and the only thing, well, there's a couple of things to point out here. First of course, the first and second ending. But then the flam taps are now again as 16th notes. And in the second line, the first 2 measures there are actually a pretty good little exercise to practice. If you stick a flam at the beginning of that first paradiddle, where the roll goes into it, and you can just repeat those 2 measures. As an exercise. Paradiddle, flam tap. And you know, those 2 measures may take a little practice just to get them into the solo, but also it's really good to use that as a little exercise. Notice that there are 7-stroke rolls that start on the and there are 7-stroke rolls that start on the E, the 2 different ways that the 7-stroke roll occur in rudimental drumming. So watch for those, and there's some 5-stroke rolls and 9-stroke rolls as well. And there's a couple of left-handed 9-stroke rolls to watch out. So follow the sticking very carefully. All right, so here's Jumpin' John. 2, and ready, and go, and. All right, and one thing to watch out for, the second to the last measure, is the 16th notes there are not a paradiddle. They're just right, left, right, left. Just threw that in to keep you honest. All right, and then the second solo is the Flam Rudiment Workout. And the name kind of describes what it is. It kind of uses all the flam rudiments that we've covered so far. And again, it's a solo, but it's also a good exercise for developing the position and all the technique that is involved in playing the flam rudiments. So when you get to the very end, you've got a first ending, and so you essentially just go back and play the whole thing again, and then take the second ending. Oh, another quick thing, notice in the 3rd line, when you finish that 7-stroke roll that goes into the 3rd line, you've got to lift your right hand to set up the flam accents. And here, 2 right-handed flams in a row. Okay, so that line again, starting with the pickup at the end of the 2nd line. Okay, so just watch for that. That's, you know, not super common, but sometimes you do have to play flams that don't alternate. And sometimes you have to, you've already seen, you have to lift your right hand after a roll to set up how the flams are occurring after that. All right, so here we go. The Flam Rudiment workout. 1, 2, 1 and 2. All right, so there are the 2 supplemental solos that go with solo 6, and so practice those, and try to use them as another way to work on the techniques and develop the rudiments. And we'll continue on in our next video with the next rudiment or 2 that we're going to cover. So if you like this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe if you haven't, and make sure that you have the book, A Sequential Approach to Rudimental Snare Drum, because that's the book we're using in these videos. All right, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.